In this episode, I'm going to talk about things women don't do when they respect their men. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So yeah, I got this question from a long-time listener a couple of days ago, and he's going through a little drama with his girlfriend that he's been dating for like 2 years now, and with the holidays coming up and everything, he's having a lot of problems, especially during these pandemic. His money's not what it used to be based on his job situation or maybe his availability to make money. And I get it. I've been there and done that. And so I can relate to this. That's why I wanted to talk about this. So P.S. by the way, if you're following me on YouTube, like, share this video and leave a comment below. Or if you're following me on my podcast, like and share, and I would like to hear your feedback as well. So I would say one of the first things women do when it comes to being disrespectful to men is she accepts gifts from other guys. Now, when I say gifts, I'm talking like flowers, candy, or gifts during the holidays. Now, I'm not talking about if you're struggling as a couple and you need some money from somebody, whether it's man or woman. Okay, that's understandable. But I'm talking about she's coming home with saying stuff like, hey, my coworker bought me some food today. Or she might even be kind of low-key bragging about how she went to the bar or went to lunch and she didn't have to spend no money. And these other guys are giving her attention and kind of like putting it all in your face, telling you what these other guys are doing to give her attention, and you are not doing that. She won't necessarily say it directly. She'll do it in a very passive aggressive way. If a woman does that to you, that's very disrespectful. So just be aware of that. And the next thing I would say is when a woman calls the cops on you, and this is a very, very disrespectful thing to do, in my opinion. If a woman calls the cops on you, if a woman gets a third party in your relationship, that means she doesn't care anymore. She's just doing whatever. She doesn't care about your well-being. Because if you call the cops to basically rescue you because you can't take care of your own business, when those cops show up, they're not, first off, you don't know what she's saying to the cops on the telephone. But when those cops show up, you don't know their mindset, number one, and you don't know how many cops are going to show up. Most of the time, if there's some type of domestic situation going on within a household, those cops showing up mob deep. They're not showing up with like just one car or one cop. No, they used to do that. And what used to happen is those cops used to get their butt kicks. So when they show up, they're mob deep. And you don't know if they're showing what's their mindset when they show up at the door. They might pull their guns out. You never know. So if a woman puts you in that predicament, she's basically putting your life on the line in most cases. So if a woman does that, you need to get away from that situation. Matter of fact, a wise man once told me, you should have left 6 months ago. A wise man told me, hey, you should have left 6 months ago. If a woman calls the cops on you. But personally, I never had a woman call the cops on me. I had a woman threaten to call the cop on me. And even if a woman threatened to call the cops on you, that's still disrespectful. Because that tells me that she's thought about it at, one point in time. And that tells me that, the police is like the end all be all. She doesn't have that skill set of, hey, let's talk it out, let's work it out. She's not even thinking like that. She's thinking, hey, I need some backup with this dude. I don't know what to do, or I don't care, or whatever the mindset is, because the cops is her friend. Now that might necessarily be the case, but that's her frame of thinking. But that's not my frame of thinking. Me personally, I was taught that you should keep your personal business your business. So just keep that in mind. And the next thing I would say is, when a woman publicly tries to embarrass you in front of friends and family, she'll say little subtle, disrespectful, make little statements and little low key, underbelly type of statements. And some of your friends and family might be looking at her funny style, like, hey, what's that all about, man? What? They might not even know what it's about, but it's nothing positive about what she's saying. Or you might make a comment about something, or you might make a comment about yourself, and she might start laughing, like, ha, ha, ha. No woman is going to say anything negative, especially in public, in front of people that you know and she knows. No woman is going to do that if she respects you. For example, I remember one time I told a woman that I think I have a gift because I pick up on things very quickly in most social situations than most people. I see things quicker than most people. And she started laughing like, ha, 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 in front of people, 2 or 3 people that was around. So I got up and I left. I got in my car and left. And I didn't say anything when I left either. I said, hey, I'll be right back. And I got in my car and I was out. Because I don't tolerate disrespect. So that's what I did. Now, I don't recommend you do what I did, but that's just me. So just keep that in mind. Don't tolerate public embarrassment. And the next thing I would say is, she makes you feel bad about yourself. She uses these low-key shaming tactics. You're supposed to go along to get along. Your opinions doesn't really matter. If a woman does that, that's not really cool either. See, a smart woman, intelligent woman, would uplift you, make you feel better. Or she would see something in you that you might have not even seen about yourself. She's not going to, try to make you feel worse. She's not going to use things against you to make you feel worse. A smart, intelligent woman will build you up, not push you down. So just keep that in mind. And that's the whole purpose of a relationship anyway, is to build people up. You have 2 people come together in a relationship. like a vessel. That's why they call it relationship, because you have two people coming together as one, and they're supposed to be going somewhere, and they're supposed to be building something and growing together and uplifting each other. But if you tear the man down, or if you tear the woman down, it ain't gonna happen. The relationship is gonna become toxic, and then you won't be able to coexist around each other for the long term. So just keep that in mind. And the next thing I would say is, if a woman makes decisions without consulting you, she makes decisions behind your back. Not only would she make decisions behind your back, you might talk to her, y'all might sit down and talk about a situation that you might have going on, or she might have going on, and y'all might come to an agreement about something, and you be like, okay, that's cool. I think we should go in this direction and that direction or whatever or whatnot, right? And after you leave the table, she's gonna go and do something that's totally different. It won't even be even close to the agreement that y'all have. That's very disrespectful. A lot of women will make decisions without the dude. The dude will never know anything about it. That's very disrespectful. You know, and a lot of times, a lot of women, this happens because they low-key think they're better than the guy. They think that they're much more intelligent than the guy. That's where a lot of that comes from. They think that somehow they know something that he doesn't know, even though there's no proof of any of this. There's no evidence of any of this. But she feels that way because maybe she's from another country, based on her culture, how she was raised. Could be based on nationality as well. It could be based, most of it is based on superficial and her own insecurities. That's what it's really all about. None of it is scientific. None of it has been proven to work. None of it has anything to do with her track record. It's based on her feelings. That's usually how it goes. And the next thing I would say is, she kind of yells at you. She kind of raises her voice to, maybe y'all might have a disagreement about something. Maybe something happens that she didn't like. Maybe she got offended for whatever reason. And she kind of raises her voice, you know. And you might be looking at her like, hey, why are you getting all loud all of a sudden? And then you might be like, hey, I'm not raising my voice. This is my regular tone. You know, a woman that's respects her man is not going to do that. She's not going to yelling and screaming and raise her voice and kind of posture herself like she's a man. She's not going to do that. You know, I always say, I wish guys could record their wives or girlfriends on the job, because you would be blown away. Because a lot of these women, man, when they go to these jobs, they're very submissive. They're very cooperative at these jobs. And see, they're not like that when they come home. And if you ask most women why is that, they'll justify why. I have to get paid. I'm doing it for the paycheck. I gotta pay the bills. I gotta eat. Well, you know what? Some food ain't good. Some food ain't good. Some food you gotta stop eating. That's why I always say, when they try to justify why they can't do certain things versus being at home. You know, because to me, I was raised where family's first. Nothing comes before family. If you don't have family and your health, you really have nothing. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can have all the money in the world. But if you have bad health and no family, it's just all for nothing. You know? But that's how I was raised. Maybe you were raised different. You know? If you were raised different, hey, let me know in the comment section below. Like, share this video. If you're following me on YouTube, hey, leave your comments below. If you follow me on the podcast, like, rate the podcast. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.